So one thing I haven't really addressed in my videos after the Mexican Grand Prix last weekend was the controversy around the first few corners at the Hermanos Rodriguez circuit. Nor have I addressed the controversial penalty to Lewis Hamilton either, which he has called, quote, pretty nuts after the Mexican Grand Prix. Always good for an interesting quote there, Lewis. I do like that one. That is a good summary, really, of the chaos of people going off the track all the time. And I probably do need to do an in-depth analysis, really, don't I? I love doing an analysis of like a controversial incident or a penalty or something like that for you guys. But let's have a look at what Hamilton has had to say about his penalty, because it cost him big time, you know. He was on the podium provisionally, you know, before all that kicked off. And after it, at the end, he was all the way down in 8th place because of the positions that he lost during the pit stop. He recovered some, of course. He got back up to 8th, but yeah, lost a lot of positions because of that, so it was a very costly mistake. But was it a mistake that deserved him getting a penalty? Let's have a look on the F1Chronicle.com, as always. Lewis Hamilton has criticised the 10-second time penalty he received during the Mexico City Grand Prix, calling the decision, quote, pretty nuts, after it cost him a potential podium finish with Ferrari, his first during a Grand Prix as well, it would have been. The seven-time world champion was penalised for leaving the track and gaining an advantage during a fierce battle with Max Verstappen on Sunday at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. The flashpoint occurred on lap 18 as Hamilton and Verstappen fought for 3rd place. Hamilton locked up after braking into turn 4, ran across the grass and rejoined the track ahead of his rival. In the chaos, Haas rookie Ollie Behrman briefly overtook Verstappen before the order stabilised. Hamilton retained 3rd position on track, but the stewards deemed that he gained an advantage by cutting the corner. The 10-second time penalty served during his pit stop dropped him out of podium contention, and he ultimately finished in 8th. Hamilton was left frustrated by the decision, arguing that other drivers, including teammate Charles Leclerc and Verstappen himself, had gone off the track earlier in the race without facing similar punishment. Saying, quote, I mean, that's pretty much the same as all the other drivers around me, so it didn't make sense. I had a great start. You're braking into turn 1. I was into P2. I navigated through turns 1, 2 and 3. I didn't go off track. Others cut it and held position and didn't get penalties. It was pretty nuts. End quote. Hamilton was also investigated for multiple wheel-to-wheel incidents with Verstappen, including light contact at turn 1 moments before his off-track excursion. Saying, quote, it felt like racing. I was fine there. It was just the cutting. And then I'm the only one to get a 10-second penalty. It was kind of nuts. 10 seconds stop and go. I went to go down the exit road, but it's like the dustiest place on earth, and I couldn't slow the car down, so I ended up patting the grass. But that's the exit road. End quote. Speaking to Sky Sports F1 after the race, Hamilton gave a short but pointed interview reflecting on what might have been, saying, quote, it was fun at the start and it didn't end up the way I'd hoped. That's motor racing. It's very, very dirty offline, and I did the best I could to bring the car back to the track safely. That's all I could hope for. Yes, there are some positives. We got some points at least. End quote. So yeah, did he deserve a penalty for that? Well, the problem was, and again, I need to go back through this incident and I need to go through it in depth. I really want to do a proper video going over the chaos at turn 1 and also what happened between Hamilton and Verstappen too. You know, I think you guys would like to see that. But from what I remember seeing at the time, and again, I wasn't in the most well condition, so my perception at the time was probably not optimal. Very much suboptimal, I would say. But from what I saw, it did seem as though Hamilton went onto the escape road at first and then sort of just went off it. Now, Formula 1 cars are incredible machines. They're incredibly quick. They go round corners very quickly, very stably for the most part, but they are absolutely useless at slow speed. They're also really bad on uneven surfaces like grass or anything that's a bit narrow like that. So it seemed as though he went on the escape road at first and then went off it. I think had he kept on the escape road, which is very difficult in a Formula 1 car, I will admit, because he clearly just cut across, he just cut across in front of where the escape road was. I think if he kept to the escape road, he probably would have been okay, but I don't know. I mean, he locked up going into that corner. The stewards would probably argue that he lost the right to the corner compared to Verstappen. So the fact that he kept that position, he effectively, maintained his position ahead of Verstappen, ahead of Ollie Behrman as well, of course, who overtook Verstappen through that chaos. I think that's what swayed the decision. But I need to do a proper analysis of that. I need to do some proper analyses, really, when it comes to the Mexican Grand Prix, because I love doing them, and I've not had a chance to do them yet, and I'm not going to have a chance to do them before the weekend. But early next week, I hope so. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Was the penalty to Hamilton pretty nuts, or did it make sense? I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below, as always. Like, share, comment, subscribe, as always. Guys, have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today.